So guys, today back for a video on the channel today. We're back for episode 1 of the start of the FPL season for the 1920 season. My code's going to be on the screen throughout the full video from the second to the end. Make sure to join my league. But I've announced on my Snapchat and Instagram to join my league, and loads of people have joined already, so I do appreciate who has joined my league. If you want to go and join it, feel free to. But at the end of it, I might do something like a massive shout out to whoever who wins, so make sure to join it. FJXX25. So I'm going to be showing my team, and I'm going to be giving you some tips how to not get good at it, because it's not really good, but like tactics that you should do, and don't make the transfers for the sake of transfers. Look at your team, look where you need to improve, who hasn't been playing well recently, and bring in the players who've been banging points recently. So we're going to FBL. I'll show my team straight away. That's my team. As you can see, it is quite good. I think it's really good, and I'm going to be going over a couple of tips on players that you should bring in. So starting off, we'll go with the goalkeeper. It's Edison. Originally I had Alisson, who did get more points last season, but I wanted the extra Liverpool defender. I wanted Trent Alexander-Arnold in, so he'd give me them points for assists and stuff. And you should look at stuff like this if you're really into it, like how I am. Make sure I do, because remember last year, right? I didn't really do a video on FBL. I mentioned it in a couple of videos here and there, but not really didn't like make a video like this. And from my league, I think there was about 45 people in. I've already got more people in already. I came 4th in my league, so that was great. I done really good near the end of it. At the start I was quite bad, but then I got into it a lot more. So yeah, so I've got Edison in, and then that means I can get Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk in. So Alexander-Arnold, if you look at his points last season, 185, that is really good. And Virgil van Dijk, oh god, Virgil van Dijk, 208. I had Van Dijk for pretty much the full season. I didn't look at Edison. Edison had 169 points, more than when they won the league. He got 1 assist. Wow, I didn't even know that. He got more clean sheets, and he conceded less goals, so that's pretty obvious. I don't know how to get another Man City defender in, because it looks pretty obvious that it's going to be Man City and Liverpool go for the title. Make sure to stay tuned for my full prediction, which will come out on like maybe it's the Wednesday before the Friday when the Premier League starts. Make sure to stay tuned, because it's going to be insane. Laporte, I had to get him in. He played the most games for Man City last season as a defender. Done really well. 177 points. And this one I've got Johnny. I might change it. I'm not 100% sure, but last season Johnny got 103 points. It isn't the greatest. I might have a look at someone else, but he's a left wing back. He is their winger, Wolves, and he gets up the field a lot. He gets assists, and I might change him for my first match week, which will be the next episode, for like the week before the first game of the season. I might have made a couple of changes. I might look exactly the same, and yeah, so that's Johnny left wing back for now. Mo Salah, right, 259 points. He got 303 in his amazing season, in his first season for Liverpool. It was so annoying. For 2 match weeks I didn't have Salah, and last time I took him out for Sterling the week he scored a hat-trick against Bournemouth. I was gutted about that, but for me, I kept Salah in all that time when he didn't score 9 games, because he was still getting assists, he was still getting clean sheets, so I did keep Salah in, and it did pay off by the end of it. This lad, for me, I had him in throughout the full of fantasy football last season. He got me crucial points. It's Brian Fraser. 181 points for 7.5 million is a decent buy, I would say. 7 goals, 14 assists. That is absolutely superb. 9 clean sheets as well. It always helps as a midfielder. Ryan Fraser saved me a lot. We'll get on to Bournemouth in a second. As I've got 1, 2, 3 Bournemouth players. So Andros Townsend's one. I've just got him in at the minute. He's £6 million. I might change him. He's had a lot of seasons in the Prem. That when he was with us, but last season was his season where he got the most points. He got 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 clean sheets. Andros Townsend and Crystal Palace players will be amazing away from home. They're not the greatest at home, but away from home they can really shine, and normally they pick up 1-0 wins away from home. 6 million for Andros Townsend. It's alright, you never know, I could change him because of injuries or whatever. But now to Jefferson Lerma, defensive midfielder. He doesn't get the greatest points, but for £5 million, as you can see, 5 million, and this is the reason, right? Bournemouth. Is there any way I can look at fixtures? Yeah, they've got Sheffield United, Aston Villa, both home games, both first games of the season. After that, they've got a lot of hard games, so I would take Lerma out and maybe Josh King out. But for me, Lerma is a great one for the start of fantasy football. Get him in, lads. He's a decent player in real life as well, and only in £5 million, it's a good deal. And then your 2 tacklers, I've got Josh King, exact same reason. I think he's 1.5 million cheaper. Yeah, it is. He's 6.5 million, and Callum Wilson is 8 million. Sorry. I did have Wilson in, but because of the price, and I wanted to get, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Laporte. I put Josh King in, and then Aubameyang. I had him in last season a lot. I did change him when he wasn't doing that great, but 22 goals, 7 assists, 7 clean sheets, 205 points. It is 11 million, a big buy. It is risky for the start of the season, but if you look at their fixtures, Arsenal have got 2 easy games, Newcastle, my club, and then Burnley at home. Then they've got a couple of hard games, Arsenal, so might change him for that one. So this is the bench. At the minute, I've got Kante on the bench because of injury. It says 75% chance of playing. £5 million. He doesn't get the greatest points, but there's no one really else I could get. And he does get a couple of clean sheets. 14 clean sheets, 16 clean sheets in the last 2 seasons. It's alright. Gunn, if I ever use my bench boost, he will be, I'm pretty sure he'll be Southampton's #1 goalkeeper this season. A good keeper. He is a good keeper. And for 4.5 million compared to Ederson's 6 million, it's an alright deal. Max Aarons now. Obviously, Championship last season, he's had no season in the Premier League, but he did get a couple of assists last season for Norwich, and it did help them get promotion. And he won Young Player of the Year. He was in the Team of the Season for the Championship, so he should do well. I've talked about Kande, and then my only Newcastle player, I had to talk about him last, is Joe Linton. Hasn't got a picture yet, great, but £6 million for him. He had his debut today. He won a penalty, but gave away a penalty. So I thought I did have Muto in, but it's going to be very, very hard for him to get back into the team. So Muto's in. Jonathan's in for Muto. That's my team, people. Let me know what you think of it. Obviously, he has my league. If you see a name here, I'm just going to scroll through. If you see your name, thank you for joining my league. And there's some more people, so hopefully I can go up a lot more. This series will be a weekly series, so every single match week there will be one of these out. If it's a midweek, game, like if midweek match weeks, I'll just see if I'm busy or not. If I'm not busy, I'll get one of these sorted. If I've got other videos planned or whatever, we'll get one of these out or whatever. So if you remember from last season, I've done your football predictions until about Christmas, and this is basically going to be that, because obviously you got all the games, and we'll talk about the games a little bit more. So like, you can let me know your predictions in the comment section if you really want to. But in this series, what's it called, after every match we'll look at every result and see who stands out, and then every episode we'll find out the best match week player of the week. So say for this week, Everton win 3-0, Richarlison gets 2 goals and an assist. He would probably be that player, and he can maybe go on my team next week. Little series we're going to be doing. Let me know if you want to join my league. No, join my league. Don't let me know. Just join it. FJXX25. Completely different code compared to last year's. Because remember last year's it was like loads of different numbers. This one's a lot easier. 6 digits. Simple. Make sure to join it. FJXX25. Make sure to join my fantasy football league. It would mean a lot. Yes, everyone, thanks for watching the video. How long have we been recording for? Where does it say? Or whatever it is. Anyway, people, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one.